Beasley, what's up, man?
What's happening, man? What's going on, Mike?
Day after SM5, you've had the night to let it all sink in. How do you feel the event went?
Oh, man, I mean, it was a little chaotic at times, but I feel like we got through it. Of course, you know, we had you on the PPV, pay-per-view stream, holding it down with Norbs.
Thank you for that.
So that helped us out in terms of timing and just getting things done. But overall, I felt it was good. You know, it was funny because a lot of people were apprehensive about purchasing tickets because they didn't know what was on the card, and they didn't know, you know, if they wanted to attend after the card was released. Some didn't like the card. But what the thing I want to say, man, is people have to start letting these battles happen and then deciding if it was good or not.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes your favorite battle rapper doesn't show up.
Right.
Sometimes the matches styles make matches, you know what I mean? And I think last night was really proof of that.
Yeah.
We got to see some matches that people thought were going to be terrible and actually ended up being good matches. So I'm happy with the turnout.
Yeah, I mean, I can say that I remember logging on YouTube once the trailer dropped and seeing instantly just hatred. And everyone was comparing it to SM3, but I think
SM2.
No, SM3.
Oh, you're saying it was likely to be like that, right?
Yeah. And I can honestly say that I think that last night's event quieted all the haters, if you ask me.
You can't, if you're saying that, you know, oh, the shit wasn't all of that, it wasn't hot, you bugging right now. Like, you're just hating. I'm not saying it was the best thing smoking, but I could clearly say it was the event of the year, hands down. I could definitely say that. I definitely think there was some classic matchups.
Right.
I think it's about everybody showed up prepared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People came out to really fight.
Yeah.
And that's all I want to see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
T-Rex and T-Top, a lot of people were kind of suspect about it just because of how T-Top, I mean, not T-Top, T-Rex has been coming lately, but he brought back the old Rex, and stylistically, like you said, that match was golden. It was just gritty street from start to finish, and everyone loved it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I ended up being the battle of the night. You feel what I'm saying? One of the battles of the night.
Right.
Calico and Tay-Rock,
yeah,
fire.
That was crazy.
You know
Big T and Suge was insane,
fire.
And people were hating on it crazy.
Yes, the two matches that people hated ended up being some of the best matches of the evening. So it's just a testament to say that, you know, you guys sometimes think you know what you want to see, but sometimes you got to trust us and allow us to deliver stuff to you.
Right.
And we've been doing this for the longest. We've been doing this for years. We've been doing these events for years. And, you know, sometimes what doesn't sound like a good idea can end up being, you know, a good idea. And sometimes there'll be matches and they're gonna suck. I mean, if you want to use a boxing comparison, everybody thought that Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather was gonna be the fight of the century. It's gonna be the biggest thing ever. The match happened and it grossed the most and it sold the most, but the actual fight was terrible.
Terrible, yeah.
So just, you know, it just goes to show you, man, you can't always just go off of what you see on paper.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you got to give things a chance. And if you love the culture, just allow the battles to happen. We'll make more. We're not going anywhere. There's this sense of finality with battle raps and leagues and events. Like, oh man, after this event, they'll be done. No, they'll never rebound from this. Oh, it's the beginning of the end. These are the things that I get sent and that I read. Battle rap is gonna die unless you do this.
Right.
You know, oh, your card was so terrible, I don't know how you'll survive. We've had some great cards, we've had some okay cards, we've had some spectacular battles, we've had some culturally impactful changing battles, we've had some bad battles, but at the end of the day, this is something that we're dedicated to, something that we like. This is a new genre within hip-hop entertainment, and we're committed to continuing on. So sometimes some battles might suck. Doesn't mean we're not gonna do more. Some battles may be great. We'll try to outdo those. You know what I mean? So people just gotta bear with us sometimes.
Loaded Lux versus Charlie Clips. That battle surprised me partially due to how much drama was occurring on stage. If all the battles, that was one of the ones that I expected the least to have drama. For you, how stressful was that? Because I saw you getting in the middle of things
very
crazy.
stressful, man. You know, you got a lot on the line when guys have their legacy and their you know, their status, profile, so they want to protect it. And you know, I would just like people to say, when I say that sometimes putting these matches together that you want to see is tough, this is actually you know, what goes on behind the scenes just in a different way.
Right.
So sometimes when you don't see your favorite match, you know what I mean, there's a reason behind it. And I guess as you can see, even in front of the world, where there were differences and disagreements, you can see how that could transpire behind the scenes as well in terms of business and negotiation. So I just want to, I'm glad that people, I'm not glad that, you know, things kind of went in that direction. But hopefully people can understand sometimes that we try to do the things that you guys ask us to, but it just isn't as easy as it seems.
Right, exactly. Well, I mean, do you think that the battle lived up to the hype?
That's yet to be determined. I think it was some awkward points, you know what I mean, in terms of the way that things were going. I mean, I thought it was good. I thought it was a decent battle. I thought it was a good battle. You know what I mean?
After this, I mean, Loaded Lux, there was a lot of people in the house, in the crowd that chanted 3-0 in favor for Charlie Clips. However, there was a lot of people I spoke to in the venue that also were saying, nah, chill, 2-1 for Lux. A lot of people online who watched it online saying 2-1 for Lux. Do you think, as a business standpoint, Lux is still worth the mega big bucks that he might demand after these last 3 performances? I gotta ask you the hard one, man. I gotta ask you the hard one.
Well, I think it's still kind of early, right? Because it's only the next day.
Right.
So we just released a video this afternoon on our YouTube channel. And let's see what our polls say and what, give me maybe a week to kind of determine that. Mm-hmm. I think he'll always be Loaded Lux. His legacy is cemented.
Right.
But I think that, you know, if people obviously said that he lost to Bootleg, this last one, right? Right. If people feel that he lost to Clips on the last one, doesn't mean that he's not valuable. Doesn't mean that he still probably won't get above the pay scale of other people, because he still has a legendary status, and it's still, you know, even when you're equating someone's worth, you know, you can't make their price diminish to half or below half of what they're accustomed to getting. However, he definitely will have to exercise a little leniency in terms of what he's asking for, because you know, if you start to lose and people don't believe in your performance, less people will come to watch it.
Right.
Which means that, you know, it's passed on to us, and then we have to pass that on to the consumer. So, you know, all those things are variables in terms of determining what somebody will be worth. But I mean, that's yet to be determined. But I feel that as quickly as his worth may possibly diminish if people feel that he lost, he can raise his worth back up because he's already who he is.
Right. Yeah. Well, pay-per-view, I know it adds, you know, an interesting dynamic where people get to see it live all around the world. Revenue, of course, increase. However, for YouTube, it does diminish the views because so many people bootleg the battles, unfortunately. How much urgency is put on you now to release these battles as quickly as possible with the pay-per-view?
Yeah, I mean, shit. When I got home, when I was parking my car, I could hear Don DeMarco coming out of my building. These guys in my building that watch battles, they had it on the flat screen. I could look up to their terrace, and I could see them playing the battle. Now, did they buy this battle? That's the question.
Right, right.
You know? It definitely puts a certain sense of urgency because you want to capitalize and monetize on all possible revenue streams, you know, because once you sell the pay-per-view, it's sold, and then the revenue streams that you get from YouTube are, you know, the next form of payment that you can receive for your work.
Right.
I you know, it's tough, man. It's a tough call. It definitely makes money, but I personally don't like streaming. I feel that it takes away from the excitement of what this is. You know what I mean? A battle is an impactful thing for years to come that people debate on, and it's like a word of mouth thing. Did you see it? Did you see it? Did you see it?
Right.
And I think the whole build up with the trailer and the release make it exciting and make people want to watch it. So then when you finally get it, you cherish it a little more. I think with the pay-per-view stream, there's an urgency to watch it, but once people get it and watch it, they're like done with it quicker.
Right.
You know, so I don't know.
I feel
that's why I took half of the battles I attempted to take half of the battles and not stream them, but some people showed up late, of course, even with cars sent to their hotels and things like that, you know, diva moments, guys, you know, and kind of push things back. So, you know, with that being said, you know, it just, you know, we weren't able to contain all the battles. We were only able to get Mr. Wavy and John, who did a great job, as well as Suge and Big T, who did a great job. We attempted to have the ladies not be on pay-per-view, however, with time running, people hitting us up, going crazy for the stream, thinking that we started without them and they were missing what they paid for. We're going bananas and ballistic, so we had to turn the stream on and give them that bonus for the wait. It's cool, you give back to the consumer, you show them that respect. I just wish people would show us the same respect in certain aspects. Like, don't come to my event and periscope my shit. You know what I'm saying? Or like, what do you get out of it? You get nothing. You're not getting any money. And this is crazy. These people bootleg this shit, go through all of this stuff to upload and bootleg this shit, and they get nothing from it. Now, I can respect a criminal, right? Because there's money involved,
Right.
and you're taking a certain risk to obtain riches.
Right.
But I don't respect somebody who's just doing something that's just destructive all the way around. You're taking money from other people's pockets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a hater to me.